Good morning, I'm Barbara, and welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast that brings you the most important stories from around the world. Today, we're going to explore a fascinating development in the world of technology and global communications. Our top story takes us to the forefront of satellite internet, where a company called SpaceX, founded by Elon Musk, has been making waves with its Starlink service. Starlink has been providing vital communications for people in conflict zones, allowing them to access the internet even when traditional infrastructure is unavailable. From Ukraine to Iran, Venezuela, and Gaza, this technology has been a game changer for those seeking to connect with the world beyond their borders. But with great power comes great responsibility, and some are questioning the influence that Musk and SpaceX wield through Starlink. Critics argue that the company's ability to control access to the internet in these regions gives it tremendous leverage, which can be used to shape the course of events on the ground. There have been instances where Musk has refused to activate Starlink in certain areas, citing concerns about the potential consequences. This has led some to wonder whether a single individual or company should have such significant control over global communications. In addition to these concerns, there are also environmental implications to consider. The thousands of Starlink satellites orbiting the Earth have a relatively short lifespan and can contribute to pollution in the atmosphere when they burn up. This has sparked debate about the long-term sustainability of this technology and its potential impact on our planet. As we delve deeper into this story, it's clear that the landscape of satellite internet is becoming increasingly crowded. Other companies, such as Eutelsat and Amazon, are working on their own alternatives to Starlink, aiming to provide more options for consumers and reduce dependence on a single provider. Meanwhile, China is also developing its own satellite communication systems, which could potentially challenge SpaceX's dominance in the market. In a related development, we've come across an innovative solution for those looking to use Starlink in off-grid locations. A power bank called the Starlink MP158 has been designed specifically for the Starlink Mini, allowing users to stay online for hours without access to a traditional power source. This could be a significant breakthrough for people in remote or disaster-stricken areas who rely on Starlink for critical communications. As we continue to explore the complexities of this story, one thing is clear: the future of global communications will be shaped by the evolution of satellite internet and the companies that provide it. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into the complex and ever-unfolding situation in Venezuela. The country has been at the center of international attention following the capture of President Nicolás Maduro, and now the United States seems to be shifting its stance towards the interim government led by Delcy Rodriguez. According to recent statements from President Donald Trump, the relationship between the U.S. and Venezuela is very good, with plans for a presidential visit to the country. This development comes as a surprise, given the previous administration's stance on not recognizing Rodriguez's interim government as legitimate. However, it appears that the U.S. is now working closely with Rodriguez on oil cooperation, which could have significant implications for the global energy market. It's essential to note that Rodriguez herself has referred to Maduro as the legitimate president of Venezuela, adding another layer of complexity to the situation. The international community is watching closely as these events unfold, and it remains to be seen how this will impact the future of Venezuelan politics. As we continue to monitor the situation, it's crucial to consider multiple perspectives and avoid taking a biased approach. The people of Venezuela deserve a peaceful and democratic resolution to this crisis, and it's our responsibility as global citizens to stay informed and engaged. The story is still developing, with many questions remaining unanswered. Will the U.S. officially recognize Rodriguez's government? How will this impact the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Venezuela? We'll continue to bring you updates as more information becomes available. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, I want to bring to your attention a pressing matter that has been making headlines around the world. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez recently spoke at the Munich Security Conference, where she addressed the gathering of top policymakers and leaders on the topic of populism. In her remarks, she presented an alternative vision for a left-wing U.S. foreign policy, challenging the Trump administration's shift to the right. Ocasio-Cortez accused President Donald Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio of seeking to introduce an age of authoritarianism and tearing apart the transatlantic alliance with Europe. She also condemned the U.S. capture of Venezuela's Nicolás Maduro, Trump's threats to annex Greenland, and the U.S. support for Israel's war on Gaza. It's essential to note that Ocasio-Cortez's comments have sparked a heated debate, with some praising her for speaking out against authoritarianism and others criticizing her for being too divisive. As we consider these complex issues, it's crucial to remember that foreign policy is a multifaceted and nuanced topic, and there are valid arguments on both sides. As we move forward in this rapidly changing world, it's vital to engage in respectful and informed discussions about the future of global politics. We must strive to understand different perspectives and work towards finding common ground. By doing so, we can foster a more inclusive and equitable international community. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.